Definition of the method.
Problem-based learning, PBL, is a student-centered approach to learning in which complex real-world problems are used as a vehicle to promote student learning of concepts and principles, as opposed to direct presentation of facts and concepts. The basis of PBL is that students learn by doing. PBL is based on the messy, complex problems encountered in the real world as a stimulus for learning, integrating and organizing learned information in ways that will ensure its recall and application to future problems. The problems in PBL are designed to challenge learners to develop effective problem-solving and critical thinking skills. It can also provide opportunities for working in groups, finding and evaluating research materials, and lifelong learning. In PBL, learners encounter a problem and attempt to solve it with information they already possess, allowing them to appreciate what they already know. They also identify what they need to learn to better understand the problem and how to resolve it. Once they have worked with the problem as far as possible and identified what they need to learn, learners engage in self-directed study to research the information needed by finding and using a variety of information resources, such as books, journals, reports, online information, and a variety of people with appropriate areas of expertise. In this way, learning is personalized to the needs and learning styles of the individual. The learners then return and apply what they learned to their work on the problem in order to fully understand and resolve it. Once they have completed the problem work, the learners assess themselves and each other, thus developing skills in self-assessment and the constructive assessment of peers. Self-assessment is a skill essential to effective independent learning.
Suitability for STEAM.
Any subject area can be adapted to PBL with little creativity. While the core problem will vary among disciplines, there are some characteristics of good PBL problems that transcend fields. The problem must motivate students to seek out deeper understanding of concepts. The problem should require students to make reasoned decisions and to defend them. The problem should connect the content objectives to previous courses and knowledge. If used for a group project, the problem needs a level of complexity to ensure that the students must work together to solve it. One of the most attractive features of PBL is that it helps develop both subject-specific skills, such as using diagrams, abstract models, acquiring and using relevant data, analysis of real-world issues, and so forth, and transferable skills like time management, teamwork, independent learning, decision-taking, problem-solving, communicating ideas and results, and so forth.
Integrating STEAM with SEL skills.
Social and emotional abilities are critical in a child to not only find academic success, but also happiness and personal success. This requires to develop 5 cognitive and behavioral competencies: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Through activities in the classroom, children take responsibility for their actions and make good choices in their education and beyond.
Steps of the method.
What are the steps in problem-based learning? Step 1. Explore the issue. Step 2. State what is known. Step 3. Define the issues. Step 4. Research the knowledge. Step 5. Investigate solutions. Step 6. Present and support the chosen solution. Step 7. Review your performance.
Strategies for goal-friendly approaches. Inclusion of disadvantaged students.
Take time to explain instructional processes, answer the questions, consider the suggestions, and probe their hypotheses. Use project-based learning. Embed lessons with connections to the real world and show relationships between the content, skills, and the lives of real people. Monitor them as they work, prod their learning, and support them when they are hesitant.
Students' role.
In PBL, learners are progressively given more and more responsibility for their own education, becoming increasingly independent of the teacher. PBL produces independent learners who can continue to learn on their own during their whole life and in their chosen careers.
Teacher's role.
The principal role of the teacher in PBL is that of a facilitator or educational coach guiding the learners in the PBL process. As learners become more proficient in the PBL learning process, the teacher becomes less involved.
Assessment and evaluation.
Through PBL, students not only strengthen their teamwork, communication and research skills, but they also sharpen their critical thinking and problem-solving abilities, which are essential for lifelong learning. Benefits of problem-based learning. For students, it is a student-centered approach. Typically, Students find it more enjoyable and satisfying. It encourages greater understanding. Students with PBL experience rate their own abilities higher compared to the norm group. PBL develops lifelong learning skills. For teachers, class attendance increases. It encourages students to spend more time studying. It promotes interdisciplinarity. For institutions, it makes student learning a priority. It may aid student retention. It may be taken as evidence that an institution values teaching. Risks of problem-based learning. For students, prior learning experiences do not prepare students well for PBL. PBL requires more time and takes away study time from other subjects. It creates some anxiety because learning is messier. Less content knowledge may be learned. For teachers, creating suitable problem scenarios is difficult. It requires more prep time. Students have queries about the process. It raises new questions about what to assess and how. For institutions, it requires a change in educational strategy. Staff development and support are required. It generally takes more teachers. It works best with a flexible classroom space.